What's your greatest regret from high school? Junior year, I sat in front of a quiet kid named Dylan in chemistry. He never spoke unless called on, wore the same oversized gray hoodie almost every day, always had his head down. He wasn't bullied exactly, but he wasn't included either, just kind of existed in the background. One day, he reached across the lab table to grab a beaker and his sleeve rode up. I noticed bruises on his wrist, dark, fresh looking. It stopped me cold. "You okay?" I asked. He froze, pulled his sleeve down quick and mumbled, "I'm just clumsy." I nodded, didn't push, but it stuck with me. The next day, he passed me a note during class. Simple, nervous handwriting. "Can we talk after school?" I wrote back, "Yeah, what's up?" But before we got the chance, my crush, Jessica, asked if I wanted to go get pizza with her and her friends after school. First time she ever invited me to anything. I said yes without thinking. I completely forgot about Dylan. The next morning, we walked into school to find the principal waiting over the loudspeaker. There had been an incident. A student was in the hospital. Counseling was available. Rumors flew, but it didn't take long before someone said it was Dylan. Suicide attempt. I felt sick. The second I heard his name, my heart dropped. I remembered the note, the bruises, the chance I had to just show up, and I didn't. I blew him off for pizza. He didn't come back for a few weeks. When he finally did, he looked thinner, pale. He didn't wear the hoodie anymore, just a blank stare and headphones that never left his ears. I didn't talk to him. I couldn't. The guilt sat too heavy. Every time I turned around in class, he'd glance away. By senior year, scheduling fate made us lab partners. I dreaded it at first. Didn't know what to say, but he was different. Still quiet, but a little more present. Sometimes he even joked. One day, after we aced a test, he looked at me and said, "Thanks for being cool to me last year. You were the only one who noticed something was wrong." I nodded, said nothing. He had no idea I stood him up the day he reached out. 10 years after graduation, I saw him pop up on Facebook. He was smiling in the profile pic, standing outside a community center with a clipboard and a shirt that said Youth Mental Health Advocate. He'd become a counselor for troubled teens. I stared at the screen for a long time, then messaged him, told him I was proud of him. Then I confessed, said I was supposed to meet him that day, that I didn't forget what I did, or didn't do. A few hours later, he replied. He said he remembered waiting, said he sat outside on the bench behind the gym for almost an hour. When I didn't show, he walked home. His dad, who he described as drunk, mean, and unpredictable, was in one of his moods. That night, Dylan ended up with stitches. He told me he swallowed the pills after everyone went to bed. Said he wrote a goodbye letter to his sister before doing it, and she was the one who found him and called for help. Then he wrote something that stopped me cold. "You noticing the bruises? That was the first time I felt seen. That's why I wrote the letter. I figured if one person saw me, maybe someone would care." I sat with that for a long time. He said he didn't blame me, that if anything, it taught him how much people need each other, even when they don't know how to say it. I still don't know if I forgive myself, but I'm grateful he lived. Grateful he turned that pain into something that helps people now.